Listen, man.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like going.
Yeah, I got one. I got a question.
The next blockbuster move, according to Paul Pierce, that he wants to see is Giannis leaving the Bucks for Golden State. But in the middle of all that, KG reads between the lines, man.
I see Golden State getting back to where they need to get back. If they can find a way to get Giannis over there.
Giannis?
Yeah.
In Golden State?
Yeah.
That's random.
Well, I mean, that's
you got some inside information. That's all that is.
No.
Yeah, you do. You got that sneaky ass. I got it in the back. Ha ha ha! Look on your face. I know you.
I mean, I'm saying that.
That's how you look when you on some surprise birthday shit. You know what I'm saying? He can't hold water. I know when you lying. You lying?
No, I said that's the only
lying. That's that line. Look,
I'm trying to picture any kind of scenario. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, the only
real shit, like the Dame to Milwaukee was a random. When you said that, like, man, the Dame can get to Milwaukee, I was looking at you like, why the fuck with Dame, man? I was looking, and then it happened.
I know, that was crazy.
Yeah, you had inside information.
No, I just be putting on the GM hat, and I be trying to
get your ass out
saying that's the best case scenario.
Get out of here. You
ain't watching the game.
You on Love Island, nigga. Right.
Why I ain't watching the game?
He on Love Island, season 7.
And I guess AllBall sent me this to follow that up. Giannis to the Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, according to Basketball Forever, will be front runners in the 2025 to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo if the Milwaukee Bucks fall short this year. NBA execs were reportedly terrified Giannis would join Luka Doncic in 2021, but next season in the league could face one of the deadliest lineups of this era. So we got two, I guess, major, staple, some announcement, but it all points to Giannis leaving Milwaukee. AllBall. These were your findings. Please let us know what you think.
Well, today it wasn't only Basketball Forever. Big shout out to them. It was a couple other major platforms that was, expressing that 2025 Dallas Mavericks is going to go hard. Pause at Giannis Antetokounmpo. But remember, Flea, we spoke about this for a while now, and I've been saying this. Sometimes a lot of these players can overstay their welcome. Mm-hmm. When you win in a small market like that, I think your job is done. I think Giannis might have stayed a year too late, if you want me to be honest. It's difficult to get guys to play over there. Mm-hmm. As you see, Dame went over there, and it's not working. I don't see how it's going to work next year as far as winning the championship. But for me, let me first start with the Paul Pierce thing. I think Golden State ship has sailed. Now, if Clay was still there, and this was maybe a year or two ago, then I would be hyped. But help me understand how Giannis and Steph is going to work in the tough West, and him and Dame can't seem to get it together. I know those are two totally different point guards, but I don't see Giannis going to Dallas. There's no way in the world he's going to play with Luka. There's no way in the world. I don't see that working. Luka, Kyrie, Giannis is only one basketball, Flea. Yeah. I know a better spot.
Where? Us? You advocating for us?
No, I'm not advocating. I'm just saying, out of the three, I think the Knicks is the better spot than Dallas or Golden State. We got a better roster. We got younger players. And we have a point guard that proved he can play with a superstar. You see what he did alongside Luka. Of course, Curry can play with a superstar. He's done it in the Olympics. But Curry ain't got, 5 more years? So for me, the Dallas thing, I don't like it. It's too much. Like I said, where's the competition at, Flea? There's no way in the world you're going to have 3 guys like that on one team. And I don't see Giannis doing that, to be honest with you. I think Giannis loves and respects the game too much. I think he'd rather go against Luka than team up with him. So for me, I think he should have been left Milwaukee. just like I think Steph Curry. I think Curry's time is up in Golden State, Flea. I think after this year, he should be thinking about moving on. Like I said, a lot of ships are sailing. Golden State, I understand what Paul Pierce is saying, but that's not as sexy as when they had Klay Thompson as well. And for me, him in Dallas, I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it working. And I don't see him wanting to play with Luka. I see him wanting to compete against Luka. Now it's different if it's different if he was old and didn't have too much time left and he's ring chasing. No, Giannis still has the skill set to be the best player in the NBA. So why would he want to team up with a guy that they're basically fighting for that spot as the best player in the NBA? I think Giannis' mindset is, I want to be considered one of the greats. And the only way to do that is to play against him, not team up with him. And I'll let you go after this, Flea. Giannis has that mindset. Remember when guys like LeBron was inviting him to work out, he was like, nah, I'm straight. So he has a different mindset. So I don't care what Dallas does to go get him. I don't think he's going for that. Like I said, don't be surprised. LeBron leaves LA. That's a great destination for Giannis. Knicks, great destination for Giannis. So just your thoughts.
So, as usual, we on two different ends. As usual, we on two different ends.
Always.
On two different ends of this, but I love my OG. I look at it like this. If we were talking about this 2, 3, 4 years ago, prior to the ring, I would have absolutely been with you. Like, yeah, Giannis is not with teaming up. Giannis is with, going through the grind, not running from the grind, trying to get his quote unquote small market team a championship. Well, he's done that, right? But then there's a couple of years since that championship where prior to him getting Dame Lillard, they struggled. They struggled to get back to the finals. They struggled to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I just think Giannis is getting to a point in his career when he wants to make his job easier. And so making his job easier, he puts guys around him that's going to make his job easier. Damian Lillard is not a guy that's going to make his job easier. Damian Lillard needs the basketball. He's not a catch and shoot guy. He's not one of those guys that you're going to stick into the corner. You actually have to work him into your offense. And so I just don't essentially see that working. But a guy like Luka, a guy like Kyrie, a guy like Klay Thompson, again, that may not be what the roster looks like if he potentially goes there. I don't know if you can have all four of those guys on that roster at the same time. But I do think a Dallas destination is absolutely possible. Playing with Luka Doncic, I think at this stage, I think Giannis would be interested in doing that. Again, solely to make his job easier, OG. I agree with you. The dude is a competitor. He's one of the only guys still in the league that when you see him on the basketball playing, you see how hard he's playing, right? When you watch Westbrook, he goes out there. Whether anybody likes him or not, you can never deny Russell is out there playing hard. So I just think Giannis is at a stage in his career where I got the ring. I got the ring in Milwaukee. I got the ring in impressive fashion. 50 ball in the NBA in this game 6. You said I couldn't hit free throws. 16 for 16 in a closeout game, right? Like, I think he's hit all the marks, MVPs, Defensive Player of the Years. He's top 75. He's solidified. I just think now going forward, he may want to make his job a little easier. And playing with a guy like Luka, I think, makes it a little easier. Playing with a guy like Kyrie makes things just a little bit easier. Lastly, and I'll give it over to Fabian. The Knicks are a great spot for him. I ain't going to run from that. The Knicks are a great spot for him. But if I'm Giannis and I say Dallas or New York, which one am I doing? Which one am I leaning towards? If I'm him, I think I would lean more towards Dallas. Now, if you come to New York and win a championship, like we always discussed, you win a championship in New York, you what's the kids say? They goated. You goated now. Like you
Exactly.
the one now. Like you the one.
It's a different ball game.
Different. You in a different stratosphere. You won championships as the best player in Milwaukee and New York City. Knicks. Oh, different stratosphere. So I like it. I would think he would want to go play with Luka before he would want to play with Jalen Brunson.
And just real quick before Fabian go, think about all the guys we picking up, all the assets we have right now. A lot of those 1-year contracts, expiring contracts. We still have a load of picks. So think about all the guys we can give up. We can give up a Randall, maybe a Mitch, all them other dudes, a whole bunch of picks. Get a Giannis, and Fleet, me and you, we never gonna agree. That's what makes us great.
Yeah.
I think, Dallas or New York, when it comes to legacy and being great and getting your name up there with the greats, if he brings a championship to New York, it's not even comparable to if he wins in Dallas, because that's going to be expected. Look at the team, like you said, if all those guys are still there, that's almost like cheating. So for me, I don't know. But go ahead, Fabian. Sorry.
I mean, as much as a good guy as we think Giannis is, and he seems like a good guy, whatever, he's still a showman, and he still shows a lot of the bravado. He's egotistical. He's yelling at the reporters, and I love his competitive side, but it's also balanced. He got a book already. You 20? Is he even 30? He got a book. I ain't blinded by none of that. You want the big kahuna. You want the limelight. He's a big fan of LeBron.
Thank you for telling me. I did not know he had a book. I had no clue.
Seriously?
No, bro. I'm telling you. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm telling you. I had no clue that this brother wrote a book already. Had no clue.
All right. Well, he has a book. I think he got a documentary. He's got
that I do know, the Disney joint, right? The thing that's
I didn't even watch it. And I like Giannis, but there's a lot to him that with the Shaq effect, where it's like it's hard to sell that. And he knows the best way to sell it is as the most invincible man alive. And I think that's easier to do in New York. Dallas seems cool, but he's a big LeBron fan. He knows that he got to go where the show is at. And I would think if he asked LeBron per se, I don't think Dallas is the place to be. Like, you have Mark Cuban's not going to be there anymore. They got a casino company running that organization now in Dallas. This is different now. Dolan stepped into. Did you see the Sphere with the UFC fight this weekend? Bananas.
Crazy.
Bananas.
Who's a better player, Julius Randle or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Yes, Giannis. That's not
okay. AllBall.
Giannis is the better basketball
player.
Okay,
let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
But basketball wise, he's giving you more rebounds than Randall. It's not gonna be no clumsy rebounds, and he gets the fouls that Randall gives you. All the free throws. Like, we don't want him shooting threes anyway. And then on the weak side, just defensively, he has what he's missing over there with the Bucks. We're giving him what he's missing. All the OG, Mikal Bridges, DiVincenzo, Hart, McBride, even the kid Kolick. Them guys are gonna be working on the weak side. That's what he's missing. He's not an on-ball defender. Giannis kind of sucks defensively. I've been saying this.
Doesn't suck.
Right. Weak side, he doesn't. One-on-one. When was the last time you said, Giannis locked him up? I don't remember ever saying that. So his whole thing is when?
What do you need me to tell you a play? I need to bring up tape.
Look,
to
it's
say,
gonna.
I need to bring up tape.
Yeah, you got.
I can't bring up tape for you right now. But I'm not gonna sit and say I've never seen him stop a guy from getting to the rim, allow a guy to get to a rim, block the shot because you can block his shot. He's just that much more athletic. You've been trying to kill Giannis on defense for years.
It's defensively, he's a better weak side defender. What I'm saying is that it's not an accident. Drew Holiday leaves, and all of a sudden you got two defensive player of the year candidates look like garbage in Brook Lopez and Giannis because they don't have the guy that stays in front of everybody. Drew Holiday is amazing. Imagine if we have Giannis next to OG, Bridges, Hart, DiVincenzo. There's a lot there. So even if you trade,
talk about smothering, smothering.
And if it's not the Knicks, if you're Giannis, you're gonna go to Dallas. You might as well go to OKC. You got to entertain the Rockets. These are the only
big
Minnesota.
Shout out Turbo. I think Turbo put in a suggestion about the Rockets. That's like a wild card.
We got to revisit that too. Shepard out there. There's a lot going on in the Rockets, but Minnesota.
Why would he go to the Rockets? Like hold on. Let's slow down. Hold on. Why would he go to the Rockets?
Ime Udoka, number one. Number two, you got Cam Whitmore. You got Jabari.
Giannis trying to win championships. Is he winning a championship with that roster?
I mean,
Everybody.
not they're young, but what I'm saying is that you got the young guys in front of them that are going to play defense, and he don't have that over there. And who's playing defense for him in Dallas? Is my point.
Yeah,
I'm saying the alternative.
But look at all the firepower. What I'm saying is this, Flea and Fake. Guys like Giannis, when you're at this point in your career where you 10 years in, you're not going.
I guess he did.
Right. You're not going nowhere. I'm not going to say to rebuild, but you're not going nowhere unless you have an opportunity or chance at a title. I'm not saying Houston ain't a sexy look, but maybe if he 5-6 years in, like you said, Flea, before the championship, fresh off the MVP, okay, Milwaukee ain't working. These guys is getting older. And as he understands, he get another ring or two, or you get another ring and another legendary run. Now your name goes up. When they talk about the greatest power forwards of all time, they bringing your name up without any question. So the Houston thing is not as sexy or nowhere near as a Dallas, a Golden State, or New York.
But see, we got to remember, and it's easy for everybody to forget that these young guys, all they're going to do is just get older. And the older guys in the league right now are just going to get older and kind of phase out. We in a really weird time. I think I mentioned this a couple episodes ago. Like, we in a different time with the NBA right now. There's like this changing of the guard is literally about to happen right in front of us. Everybody that we have as top 10, top 15 players, that list is going to change. Everybody that we have as contenders, and we just broke down the other night OKC being a legitimate contender to win the NBA Finals, and all three of us agreed that they belong there. So if OKC is one of those teams that belong there, I could absolutely see a couple more young teams doing the right thing and getting where they need to be. A Rockets team, I think, is on their way. They're not there yet. Make the playoffs, make some noise, get people watching you, get people game planning for you. Then we could talk different. But these teams of old that you expect to be there all the time, Golden State, Lakers, Boston, all those teams, as time goes on, these young guys are just gonna get older, and them older guys are just gonna get older. So
yeah, but I think Houston doesn't fit the mold, and I think AllBall is right with that one. Like, Houston's not in the mold of the Dallas, Golden State, Knicks, where you got Golden State and the Knicks, most valuable franchises in the league. Who gets more publicity than they do in this era? Giannis joining them, he wants to clearly. If this is what's out there, he wants the chips and he wants the recognition. He's not just this humble big dude that they've been trying to promote the whole time. That's what I'm saying. He's more Shaq than we ever were led to believe.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, Giannis is that missing piece for certain teams to get over the hump. Like Kawhi was that missing piece for Toronto. Like I said, it's a lot of teams with great rosters, like that Toronto team where you just need that one superstar to get you over the hump. I just think out of all the teams he can go to, it's not only because I'm a Knicks fan. I just feel we have the best roster. We have the best opportunity. We in the East, which is still tough, but it's not as tough as the West. And also legacy. He wins a championship in New York, that'll be like no other.
Flea, quick question. Speaking to his legacy, do you think him joining a Golden State or even the Mavericks making the finals the way that they did, would that affect his decision? Like, I don't want to say that I'm over there joining like the best team anyway. I'd rather go to the Knicks and OKC, who haven't even sniffed the conference finals yet. Let me go over there first. Would that be more interesting to Giannis in your mind?
I think, like, I'm talking out two sides of my mouth now. Pause. Like, at one side, it's like, yeah, he's at a position, like OG said, where he wants to win, right? Like, where he don't want to be a part of a rebuild or part of a team that's got question marks. We don't know what we're striving for yet. But then the other side of it too is there's some interesting places, right? Like a Knicks spot, you brought up OKC, like the Rockets. Like, there's some interesting spots that he could be a part of, and he could be the piece that just takes them over. So for me, I think he would be more interested in winning at this point. And I don't see a bunch. At one point, we had a lot of teams that were in win now mode. But how many teams are in win now mode that you could take Giannis from them, put them on there, whatever you got to do, trade, whatever happens, because Dallas is talking about essentially getting him in free agency. Is that what they're essentially saying?
Yes.
In 2025?
Yes.
So they're essentially talking about having the cap space and the money to just flat out sign him. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about like trading for him. But just imagine him just moving and being placed on a ready now team. Minnesota's a ready now team. Denver's a ready now team. Like a bunch of teams that's just ready for right now. So,
but for me, if he decides to sign with Dallas after they just went to the finals, and let's just see whatever happens this season. Let's just say they have a good season with Clay and get to the conference finals or the finals. I think he gets a lot of smoke for that. Like I said, a player that stature, there's no way in the world you go to a team with Luka, Clay, and Kyrie Irving. It doesn't make any sense.
But the stature is a little different now, OG. Like how people look at Klay Thompson in the NBA is not how they looked at him 5 years ago. They don't look at Kyrie the same. They don't look at them the same.
I understand what you're saying, but still, the names in the back of the jersey is still those names. And like I said, they just came from the finals. Once again, it's like I just don't get it. Listen, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like I said, him and Golden State would have been lovely 3-4 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. But now, if he go there now, it's just him and Steph Curry. That is not enough. I'm sorry.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.